I'm trying to be good. Don't know. Do you see us?
Oh.
You don't see us? Oh, I see the chat. Do you see? Oops.
Oh, here we come. Here we come. We got the commercials, so that means we're good.
Okay, good. Hi, everybody. We're live.
Hello.
We are live. Live. Man, I swear. We sound so country when we say that.
I know.
It always reminds me of Gomer Pyle. But hold on. What does he say?
Well, golly.
Alive, alive, alive.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. I don't know. But golly.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Well, hey, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Hey, Poppy.
Hey.
What up? Almost called you. I almost said something bad. Never mind.
Don't say anything. Don't call me bitches.
Where's my bitches at? Hey, everybody. I see people's in the chat. My chat's working. My chat never works.
We're looking at the chat.
I am looking at the chat. Well, it's really nice to see people. I never get to see it. And just so you all know, we both have our pink lips on. We are the pink lip princesses today.
Yep.
Something like that. Yep. And let's see. Hold on. Just wanted to let you all know that Damash's grandfather, the one he called Papa, has passed away. It's a very sad day. So just want to send out our condolences to Damash, his family. That's very sad.
Sorry for your loss.
Yeah, and that's especially right before Father's Day. That's got to be a really rough time for anybody. So, yeah. So you're in our thoughts and our prayers. Sorry that happened. And I wonder if it was expected. I don't know if it's any easier to know if it's expected or not.
It's bad either way. But yeah. They each have their own problems.
Right. It's true. It is true. Well, my stepdad passed away, and he was sick for a really long time before he passed away. So we knew that he was going to pass away, but it was just... So I don't know if I prefer the other way where you just don't know, or if you...
Fortunately, you don't get to say.
That is true. That is true.
So what you need to do is just accept that what is, and that if you want to be mad, there's plenty to be mad about. And if you want to be grateful, there's plenty to be grateful for.
You know, the only thing I think about with death is every once in a while when I'm going to sleep at night, I'll start thinking, and it's not necessarily me, but it's maybe my kids or maybe one of my sisters, or am I going to get up tomorrow and somebody died? Do you ever get that feeling?
Honestly, I don't.
I'm glad you don't. It's terrible. Because there's nothing you can do about it.
Exactly.
Yeah. I try not to go there, but, you know, if you go there in your head, you're already there and not much you can do about it.
Yeah. I mean, I might spend 2 seconds thinking, man, I shouldn't turn this ringer off. But then I think, man.
Oh. So I noticed you've been doing that. You turn your ringer off at what time?
I mean, I usually either play on my phone till it's dead, or I turn the ringer off when I pass it over to the charger at about 8:30.
I think that's good. I think that's a great idea.
I may not be able to help somebody that needs help, but I sleep very well every other night.
I miss the time where we used to have just home phones.
Mm-hmm.
And you weren't connected to your phone. It is a choice. It's not like it's not a choice. But I miss the time where I wasn't connected to something. I remember when I was a teenager, I would go out for drives and nobody knew where I was. Right. Nobody could reach me.
Your location wasn't on?
No, my GPS wasn't existing. It didn't exist. So, did you just hear my mom sneeze?
Bless you, Mom.
Man, that was a sneeze. That was a sneeze and a half. Okay. The internet.
I'm a very robust sneezer.
So is
Okay.
she.
I'm a very robust sneezer, which
Oh my
I
God.
think are just normal sneezes. A
Hmm.
sneeze is loud and explosive. And the dog is not disturbed at all by my sneezes. Jupe sneezes like his name. He goes,
Oh,
and the dog loses her mind.
how? What does she do?
He barks at him.
When he sneezes?
Yes.
Oh my
And he's
God.
like, why is she so upset by my little bitty sneezes and doesn't freak out at all at yours? And I said,
Oh
because
my
what a
gosh.
sneeze is supposed to sound like.
You know, when we were little, we used to find my mom in the store from her sneezes.
I used to
That is
find my
straight
mom
up.
in the store because my mom always wore a brightly colored hat.
A
That's
brightly
funny.
colored hat?
Yes, a yellow hat or a pink hat or a light blue hat. Just like a everyday, like a boy wears a baseball cap. My mom had a variety of little hats that she wore.
That
And
is
I don't
so
know that she did
cute.
it just for us, but we always were able to find her.
That is so cute. That is
Hmm.
really cute. Well, you know, when I was a kid, that I used to wear hats everywhere I went. Like I had
Yeah.
my hats.
Uh-huh.
And I was very particular about what hat I wore. And
Hmm.
all the kid pictures that I have that mom has, it's me as a little kid. I've had on in every one of them. It's just, isn't that funny?
And what do you think that's about?
I
You
don't
like to
know.
accessorize?
I don't know. I guess I do. You know what? I still love hats, but they don't fit my head.
Yeah.
I'm so sad. If honestly, if hats fit my head, I would wear them all the time.
I have a hat for you. I have a hat for you
But
that
it
I'm ready
doesn't.
to rotate out of my stock.
But it doesn't fit. None of them fit my head.
I bet this one will because it's slightly too big for me.
So like this hat.
No, mine is a derby hat.
Yeah,
Mine is a
but
fancy hat.
this hat I got, it's a really nice one. It's got the tag in it and everything, and it's all like, oh, it's made in America. How about that? Yeah,
Hmm.
like I had to crush my forehead.
I know. I know.
It will not. That's it.
Right.
I don't. That just means I have. Well, I guess that's not true. Remember when I shaved my head? Then I could wear them.
Hmm.
So I just need to shave my head again. I don't.
No, don't say that.
Never doing
I
that
don't want to
again.
revisit the Lyle Lovett years.
Man, that was terrible, wasn't it? By the way, everybody, I shaved my head once. Technically, that was twice. Once I did
Yeah.
it when I was in beauty school. I cut it really short and short and short, and then I went through a Cyndi Lauper phase and shaved half of it and had that
Hmm.
asymmetrical where I had all that hair on one side, and then I shaved the rest of it off, and it was not so great. It was, and then also I came home every day with a different color hair.
Oh, I can just imagine.
Every day. Like I would like, do you want to do something to your hair? Well, sure. Who says no to
Sure.
Who says no to that? Oh, well. All right. So today we have questions that is ask women over 40, which we both qualify for. Just barely. Right?
Right.
Right, just barely.
Well,
Okay. Um And well, first let me bring up the Father's Day thing because if we don't, then we'll forget it because it is, it's a Tuesday before Father's Day.
before Father's Day.
We both have daddy issues.
Absolutely.
I wonder what woman doesn't have daddy issues. What does that look like?
I've known some women that have great dads.
Mm-hmm.
They just seem to have a regular old normal family relationship. So, I mean, they may have a daddy issue and they can't find a man to measure up to the man that their dad was.
That is true. That's true. So I mean, you get treated like a little princess from your dad, and that's the
That's what I've heard.
expectation.
I never had that experience.
I've never had that experience either. Well, like, I have the best relationship I've had all my entire life with my dad right now, which is good.
Right.
Like, my stepmom got sick last summer, and I went down there and stayed. How long was I down there? A couple months? 3 months? 3 months?
Mm-hmm.
I was down there for 3 months. you get to know someone when you're down somewhere for 3 months.
That's right.
Yeah, every day. And every morning. Did I tell you that every morning that I would get up, if I got up past 9 o'clock,
Mhm.
as soon as I walked out, he would say, "Well, good afternoon, Debbie." Like,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
well, thanks, Dad. I appreciate you. But he taught me stock market and day trading, and that was fun. I got to know
Mhm.
him really well, got to know how he feels about money.
Mhm. Right.
Yeah. And yeah, it was a lot. But I got really close to him. And I got to learn who he was. He got to learn who I have 3 sisters, so typically when we're around him, all of us are around him. And
That's exactly right.
I'm usually in the background. I
Mhm.
don't get all up in everybody's dance space when we're all together, and we're a bunch of talkers. So if you're going to get a word in, you got to fight for it.
That's right.
You really do got to fight for it. So I typically don't fight for it. I just step back and watch and watch the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And I bet you that's the first time you've ever spent that much time with him, just you and your dad.
I've never spent a whole day with my dad prior to that, never spent a whole day with him.
Right.
So spending months, day in and day out, eating breakfast with him, eating lunch with him, eating dinner with him, and
Picking out his milk.
that was such a bad time. That was bad. That was real bad. So I went to the store and he asked me to get him some milk, and he wanted organic milk. I said okay. So I go to the store and well, I don't know what he wants. I don't know if he wants the vitamin D milk, the 2% milk, or the skim milk. And I'm like, well, I'll just get 2% because that's in the middle, right?
Yeah. And that
Yeah.
way you shouldn't be too far off.
Absolutely lost his shit on me. Like, I walked in with that milk. Now, damn it, Debbie. I didn't want that kind of milk. And I've got the whole deer in the headlight look. I cannot believe still to this day, like when he yelled at me, I was ready to pack my stuff up and leave. And
Mhm.
I did not, which I'm glad I didn't. And because that was probably one of the best things that's ever happened to me because I just yelled back at him.
Mhm.
I'm like, I didn't know what kind of milk. And when I came back, he apologized.
Mhm.
Hold on, I forgot what he said. What did he say? He said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you made me yell at you.
Yeah. I'm sorry that you got the wrong milk.
I'm sorry that you got the wrong milk. That's what he said. And
Mhm.
I'm like, that's not really even an
That's what you want to
apology.
apologize
That's
for?
not really an apology.
That's
I'm
right out of the Audrey Poppy book of apologies.
thinking that's not the way that works.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, I'm sorry you got the wrong milk. I'm sorry that you made me upset.
Mhm. And then I had to yell at you.
But honestly, though, because that happened, I did end up yelling back at him, and we established like this kind of healthy respect for one another. And then after that, we got along great.
And that's the thing about people that will yell at you and snap at you is they can also take it usually.
Yeah, I agree.
And so it's just for somebody that doesn't come naturally to you to to give it to them.
Yeah,
And
I'm
then
not a natural giver backer. No.
right. But because you did that, he earned a new respect for you.
Yep. Yep. And we got along great after that. And anytime, like, I remember after that, there was one morning. Now, I was doing day trading, and so was he, but he was using real money. I was using play money. Is they
Mhm.
have a thing where you can set up a play money account and get practice in. And I
Right.
did something that he told me not to do, but I did it because it was play money. And
Right.
I can't believe you did that. I said, because I wanted to. I wanted to see what would happen. And he goes, well, okay, don't get all upset over it.
Yeah, that's what they do.
As soon as I would yell, he would say, well, okay, calm down.
Mhm.
I
And
never.
really, you were just mirroring back what he
Mhm.
was giving you.
Yes, and that's what made me realize that he truly did not know that he was doing that. He
Right.
doesn't. He doesn't know. And he has good intentions and he does love me. So I just kind of give that goodwill assumption
That's exactly right.
instead of, taking it personal. And
Mhm.
after I stopped taking it personal, it was great. And I don't
That's a
get
good
it.
segue into talking about my dad. You want to hear about my dad?
Yes, I do.
So, my dad was gone most of my young life.
I know.
I kind of started looking for him one time, but I couldn't really find him. And then he said he was going to contact. He asked my aunt, could he contact me once I was an adult? And I was just so tore up about, is this okay? What do I want to do? And then finally, me and my ex-husband said, tell him go ahead. He's probably not going to. And he didn't. It was another couple years before I actually heard from him. And
Uh,
after all my worldwide search for him, you got to remember the internet wasn't quite a thing.
yeah.
It was not a thing. He was 7 miles up the road. So, so then I set about going to have an adult relationship with my dad. And it was going okay. But then the holidays would come. And my stepmom would want to know when I was coming over. And I'd say, I'll be over. Don't wait anything on me. Go ahead and do what you got to do. I'll be over later.
Mm-hmm.
And she'd press and she'd press. And my dad knew what I was saying. I feel like my dad knew what I was saying. My stepmom press, press, press. And so finally I have to tell her, okay, I'm never going to be at my mom's house and say, I got to go to John's. I got to go to my dad's. I'm never going to say that. I'm going to stay at my mom's house as long as my mom wants me to stay. And when that day wraps up,
Yeah.
I'll be over there. And don't wait dinner on me. Don't wait a single thing on me. If I miss everything, that's on me. That's all right.
Right.
And so she and I had several conversations where I told her, I was like, maybe he's always been what he said he was to you. He wasn't that for me. I am trying to have an adult relationship with him, but I can't forget that the past 24 years happened.
Right.
And so we went, so I feel like me and my dad were fine. And then he had a stroke. And so that was pretty much the end of the talk. And I still went and saw him, and then, so we ended up in a good place.
Mm-hmm.
But when he had the stroke, his brother's wife called me and was telling me all this stuff. I was like, okay. And she's like, well, I'm just calling you because technically you're the next of kin. And I was like,
oh my gosh.
oh, well. She said, we can handle it. I said, okay, please do that.
Yeah, definitely. Like,
I don't know what to do.
You're like, I didn't sign up for that.
Yeah, it was so weird. And when I went to the funeral, my dad, I love him.
Oh, I didn't know he died.
Oh, yeah, he's been dead a long time.
When did he die? How long ago?
Probably 2010, 2011.
Oh,
like a long time.
It has been a while.
Oh, yeah, it has been a long time. And so, like, I'm sitting on the front row and I'm just like, this is so awkward. And then after the funeral, like everybody's greeting me like I'm the next of kin, and his best friend's daughter hugs me, gave me the best hug, and says, "I just wanted you to know that John was such a great friend to me. He was like my best friend sometimes, and I knew I could always count on him."
Like,
what
did he even say? Yeah.
Cool, good. Yeah. Glad he could. I don't know.
He was a pretty shitty father to me,
yeah.
but
Oh, it's nice to hear that he was capable. I don't know. Thanks.
So, did you ever, like, I know you had somewhat of a relationship with him eventually.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get past? Because there's a lot of people out there that, have those issues with their dad.
Yeah, I mean, and it's hard. And I will say I did it by setting hard boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to put my mom to the side so I can go spend time with you, period, ever, never. That was a hard boundary. And after he and I had been talking for a while, he wanted to see my sister. I talked to my sister about it, and she said, yeah, no.
Yeah.
She said, I feel like I love him. I have good memories of him. I have no reason to see him. She said, I also love my second grade teacher. I would not imagine ever showing up at her door.
She did not say that. Did she really say that?
She did.
God.
And that's like, and I did not try to change her mind. I said, cool, I'll let him know. I mean,
Wow. Well, I mean, I think that I think it was in my 20s when my dad and I finally I just stopped holding everything in. We had a phone call one day. It was when my kids were babies, and I just let him have it. Everything I thought, everything I felt, I just vented it all. And then after that, I could put it behind. I just, we let it go and we moved on past it.
And I feel like my dad and I had that kind of conversation too, because I remember him saying it just seemed easier at the time to go away and be away. And I said, well, maybe it might have been easier, but it didn't feel right. It did not feel right to me.
Right. So maybe the answer is go ahead and vent.
Go ahead and vent. Don't protect their feelings. They didn't protect yours.
Right.
And then where it goes.
Right.
When you need to protect, I mean, this is for anybody that's got an absent dad, that if he did not protect you when you were a child, you don't owe him protection as an adult. But that doesn't mean you attack him, but you can have an adult relationship, but you don't have to protect his feelings. And if he gets any kind of attitude about it, well, cool, get back in your corner then.
Right. By the way, we can hear Jude.
Can you?
Yes. Just letting you know. Well, is your door closed?
No.
Well, you might want to do that. I mean, we can hear him like all of his conversation.
Let me go.
Okay, I just didn't want you to. I didn't want. Okay. So is everybody gonna be celebrating Father's Day on Sunday? Which I know some of you all, like in other countries, they have that in different days, but it's Sunday. This Sunday for the U.S. It's just crazy. I never think about past where I live in my bubble that Father's Day is Sunday. But it's not all the way around the world. All right, bye, William.
Good point. I had not thought about it not being Father's Day all over the world.
It's not Father's Day. I know. I never think past where we live.
I know.
Because I was going to do some special reactions for Father's Day. And somebody said, oh, well, we celebrate Father's Day in whatever month. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that. It's all over the place. Yeah. So it's not consistent. Which is, yeah. But I think a lot of those, have you ever heard of Boxing Day?
Yes.
How did I not know about that?
Because it don't have nothing to do with you.
But you think I'd know. I mean, somewhat know. Like,
yeah,
and I was like, everything. Well, then at first when I heard it, I thought it was actually the boxing, boxing. And no.
I have to say, I thought for years that it was when they put their Christmas stuff up, because it's right after Christmas.
Yeah. Well, I just think it's a very weird name for a holiday because of boxing. Like, you go to stores.
Well, you have to say, yeah.
You go to stores and you buy things in boxes. I just don't.
There's more. It's not for you to understand everything.
Apparently, it's not.
You.
Well, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there and all the soon-to-be fathers. Happy Father's Day. I hope you have a fantastic day. I do have. Let's see. I'm trying to think of any other stories I have with Dad. Yeah, I know. Oh my gosh, I could still hear Jupe. Sorry. We love you too, Jupe. Well,
apparently, if you can hear him, then you know whoever he's talking to is having a hard time here too.
Oh, well, whoever he's talking to, he loves them. That's we did catch that. So, Father's Day, I'm going to go over Dad's. One of the questions that was on the my research is what's the best present you ever got for your dad, or what's the best gift ideas for Father's Day?
Mm-hmm.
So if any of you all have any comments on that.
I can tell you mine.
Oh, what's yours?
So Carl is very hard to buy for.
Mm-hmm.
So my real dad, I don't remember a single thing I ever got him. I may not have ever got him anything. That's neither here nor there. My stepdad, I celebrate him.
Mm-hmm.
So my favorite thing I ever got him was when they bought their property, 11 acres in the country. He put in a gun range. And I really want to be a minimalist. And this really was the first day I would decided, well, not the first day necessarily, but the first action I took where I wanted to be a minimalist. I went through my house and I took all the knickknacks, all the sand art that the kids had made me, several things that were broken, and I put them all in a box that I covered with gun targets and labeled it things to shoot.
Oh my gosh, that's great. That's
It
great.
was awesome. It was awesome. It was a great gift.
So did he love it? Did he love
loved
shooting
it.
them?
Yes,
Oh my
he loved
gosh,
it. I said, I can't repeat this every time. This is everything out of my house.
That is so funny. Well,
but an angel with a broken wing and a guy with his arm broke off, and a clock with no hands. We blew all of it up.
that is great. That is a great present. So, well,
And then
yeah.
this year, I also got him a good present, which I feel comfortable going ahead and talking to him. He's probably not going to watch this, and he already has received it. So they're putting in a pool, their second pool. So they had bought a pool like they had at the house, inflatable, and the dogs jumped in it and shredded it. So then they had to get a different pool. So he got a better pool that's got sides, and the dogs are not going to be allowed in it. And it sounded like they already had everything all worked out. So I was going to get him like a float because he needs to relax, man. He needs to relax. But then I found on sale something on Amazon, an automatic pool cleaner, like a Roomba for your pool.
Oh yeah, I've seen something like that.
And he seems to like it. So
Oh, and you got that for him. That's a great gift.
yeah. And I love Amazon because I could just drop ship it directly to him and I don't have to remember.
That is true.
I hate to tell you how many birthday parties I've been to where I'm like, oh, sorry, your gift is on my couch of the house.
Yeah, that is a pain. That's what I used to do when Dad was in Florida. I would send it to him. I've still got to get him something, but I was actually just going to take him out, take some White Castles over there. Because he gets them and he freezes them. And I'm like, well, maybe you want some fresh ones.
Yeah, he needs he's in the neighborhood now. He's not in Florida. He don't have to eat frozen White Castles.
Well, but apparently Shell's going over there and making hamburgers and fried potatoes. So I will go over there and hopefully I'll get to make the fried potatoes. But I still got to get him a present. I don't have anything yet.
So go get him a present and then maybe Monday we'll meet him for a coffee or we'll go eat White Castle with him.
I don't know what to get him. Like he doesn't really like things,
Right.
So I don't know.
Just go be part of the party and then tell him we'll eat lunch with him on Monday when I said I'll hang out with you.
You know what?
Or do you want to spend time with your dad?
You know what I should get him? Those, the things you can put in your chair that massage you? Like, remember when we did that at Bed Bath & Beyond?
That was great.
We need to do endless shrimp and go get massages at the mall.
Well, Monday I'm on your time. Whatever you want to do, that's what we'll do. And then
that sounds great. Let's do that.
And I'm saying we can take your dad to White Castle, but if Sunday's his time, Monday's your time.
I'm pretty sure at Red Lobster, Monday is Endless Shrimp Day.
Okay.
They have it every day. Okay, well, remind me because I'll forget.
Okay.
that I wanted to do that.
Okay.
I'm writing it down. Endless shrimp. I'm loving me some endless shrimp. And I'll go ahead and eat some of those.
And we still celebrate endless shrimp based on the reputation. The past couple times have been a little bit.
I know. Well, hopefully, I was very sad. I know this sounds silly to even bring up, but when they had the Parmesan shrimp scampi, which they have something similar to that, but our garlic Parmesan shrimp scampi. Oh my gosh.
I know.
So Father's Day gift ideas. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to get him.
And then I feel like we can't have a Father's Day show without me talking about Jupe's great present that his son gave him last year. So
what
Jupe's
did he get?
birthday is last month. So for his birthday, because we couldn't hold on to it till Father's Day, but the son that Jupe had raised changed his name. And so now Dylan has Jupe's last name.
That's right. Man, that was
And then that September he got married. And then the next year they had a baby. So everybody's a Jupin now. It's so exciting.
Oh my goodness. So he got married after he got his.
Yes.
That's important for a man.
Yes. So, yeah.
That's really important.
Oh. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
And it's still the best gift I've ever heard of.
Good night, Roland. It was good to see you. I can't believe I get to see the chat. That's so cool. Okay. Here's another question. Will I regret having kids?
Some days.
I was going to say that. I'm like, I think you can't. I don't think anything in life would not fall under sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, you can win the lottery.
You have a real life.
Yeah, but you could win the lottery and still have days or times where you go, I regret that. I wish I had never. I don't know how that would work, but yeah, you probably could have those moments.
I mean, I feel like it's just part of the growing up process. That I remember telling a mom one time, so she'd had a baby. Mine were little kids by then. Maybe they were teenagers, because her baby was so cute, and we were talking about how adorable he is and how she didn't really want to work. She just wanted to hold the baby, and I was like, I know, it's so sweet. And she said, I just can't imagine not loving him this much and not wanting to hold him in my lap this much. And I said, well,
you'll have those days.
You'll have those days. That's what puberty is for, is to get you ready to get him out of your house.
I always figure that the reason kids turn into teenagers and they're such jerks, if they didn't go through that, you would not be okay with them leaving you.
That's exactly right. You have to, it's a muscle that kind of has to be exercised.
Yes.
Just like, if you see a butterfly trying to get out of its cocoon, you're not supposed to help it, because it needs the struggle to be ready to go out into the world.
Oh.
And that's what I feel about kids, is that even though it feels so personal,
I would definitely help it.
Which if you do, then its wings are too weak to fly away once it gets out.
Okay, then I won't help it. But dang it, that was a horrible scenario thing, because I would feel really bad.
Yeah, but you are a parent who wants to help too much.
I get what you're saying. You're right.
Sometimes you want to help too much. So, and sometimes.
But a little baby butterfly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I saw this the other day. It was a video of somebody videotaped this. Videotaped. What the heck?
You're so 1980s.
So 1980s.
That's so 80s.
That was so 1980s. Video recorded. What?
When somebody sends you a message on your pager.
Gosh. Videotaped. What the heck? They were videoing this the cicada coming out of its shell, and the woman was going, "Well, hello, come on out of your shell. Hi there, I'm so happy you're." I'm just like, ugh. So it made me think of that when you said the butterfly coming out of its cocoon. But I would not have been that happy being that woman. And we used to play. We used to play with those shells all the time. We would put them in our hair. We put them everywhere. Oh yeah, we played with them. Back when we played outside all the time when we were kids. But we would go over to my grandmother's house on my dad's side, and there's literally nothing to do. The only thing that we had to do, the front yard went like this. It went straight out and then rolled down like a hill right at the front.
My grandma had that same yard in the back.
Okay, so we would lay down and roll down the hill. That's all we had to do there. And we couldn't stay in the house.
Me and my sister, our entertainment at my grandma's house, most of the time I read, honestly. But when I was forced to go outside on that steep hill, the neighbor had a fence and a Boston Terrier. And in the corner of their side of the fence was a big pile of leaves. So instead of bagging their leaves up, they would just rake them all in that corner. Me and my sister would run up and down the hill and get that dog barking at us. And then we would try to run her into the leaves.
It's amazing
don't
what
know if
you
that
look.
affects
It's
them.
amazing what we had to do as kids to
It's
find any
amazing.
entertainment whatsoever because we weren't
That's
allowed.
exactly
Well,
right.
we weren't allowed in the house, so it was roll down the hill, and you couldn't climb the tree, and it was find those cicada shells and put them on each other, and we weren't scared of them for some reason because when we were little over there, I think one of
Because Connie
the
told you it was fine.
one of the adults like, here, these are fun, and there's no bug in it, so we didn't know. Like, now I'm sitting there thinking about it, I'm like, that's so gross. That's so gross. Sickening. Yuck. Blah. Blah. Okay, so my answer and your answer are the same with the kids thing. Absolutely, you will regret it. And you will have days where you go, why the hell did I ever have these children? And you're going to have days where like, I'm so happy I have these
Yes.
kids. I love my kids so much.
Yeah.
I think that
And you can't take any action based on that wishing you didn't have kids. You can't kill them. You can't leave them somewhere. Just, I want to make sure, be plainly, very plain. You can't kill them and you can't leave them somewhere.
no,
You have to take it.
I think what you will regret if you don't have kids, but you can't know it until you
Right.
have them, is the perspective that you get in seeing the world
Oh,
after
for
you
sure.
have children is totally different than pre having kids.
And people, other people, more evolved people than me, may not have to have kids to have this revelation.
Mm-hmm.
But before, what the biggest change in me after I had kids was that, one, like I used to tell my sister all the time before she had kids, it's like, oh, you think you're busy. You don't know what busy is.
Hold on, you think you're tired.
That's exactly right. But even more deep than that was, I don't think I really knew what love was. Of course, I loved my mother. And
You're
of
right.
course, I loved my husband. But that baby, man,
Yes.
it opened it up. And that's why I wanted a girl. When I got pregnant the second time, I wanted a girl because I was like, I can't love another little boy as much as I love Austin. There's no way I can. That doesn't make any sense. I don't have that
I
capacity to love somebody this much.
did not know that you felt that way. I felt the exact same way when
Yeah, I was worried to death. And I was worried to death that if I had another boy, it was going to be like, here's Austin. He's amazing. And then there's this other guy.
Oh,
Luckily, when I had the other guy, I found out that your love grows exponentially. And I love him every bit as much.
and here's
And
this
that's
other
when
guy.
I was so worried. I was so worried. Because I did not
My
think I had
gosh,
the
Audrey.
capacity to love somebody as much as I loved Austin.
That was so funny. He's the love of my life, the sweetest boy you'll ever see in your life, and here's this other guy.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't have it with the girl-boy thing. I had it, period. I did not think I remember crying. I was pregnant and I was crying. I started crying. I was over here at mom's and she's like, "What is wrong?" I said, "I can't love anybody like I love Madison, and I'm going to have another baby and I'm not going to love them because I can't. I can't. It's not possible."
I don't have enough love.
And it's funny you say that because she said, "Honey, you don't compare them. Your love actually just grows." And I'm like, it can't. I'll never love another baby like I love Madison. Ever.
And that,
Ever,
and that
never.
first one gets a special part of us because it really
Yes.
was just us.
Yes.
You know. But the
But
second one, man, I love that one too. I love him. But then I did not want to have any more. People say, don't you want to try for a girl? Go have a third one. I'm like, no, I can't.
Nope. Don't you want a boy? Nope.
And these two are good. I'm going to run out of good luck and I'm going to have a rotten one.
Well, and on top of that, you only got 2 hands. I mean, one for each kid.
Mhm.
After that, what do? Step on the third one? To get it from not going somewhere? Because I don't want all that. I didn't want any more stress. I had one for each hand, and that was good. And honestly, I think you should grow a hand for every kid that you have.
I think more than two is too many. But I'm glad some people do it. I mean, I guess. I mean, but
I
I
don't.
could not.
No, no, but that's so funny. But I think the perspective and
Yeah,
the love that you feel, and you think you like if you have a dog that you love, and you can have a lot of love for a dog.
and, and maybe
Like
other people love their dogs like people like their kids, but I'm telling you,
it's different.
it's different.
I don't care how much you love your dog. I don't care how much that dog loves you. It's totally different. Um, it's not something that you can even explain. It's something
Uh,
you have to experience and feel.
right,
So I would regret that for you, whoever's asking this question. Um,
right.
yeah. And then plus, grandkids. I can't imagine. I just can't imagine that. Now, I mean, after I've had
Right.
them, like, oh my
Right.
gosh. Yeah. Well, I went to see Chloe last night and gave her dress and her shoes, and her shoes were too little. I have to send them back. And she goes, no, they fit fine. They fit good. Grandma said, no, they don't. She goes, they do. I love them. I'm like, I know you. They're so pretty. And
Mhm.
so I got to send them back. And well, she went and hugged me. And I was telling Poppy before we started record or got live, Chloe doesn't hug you like just hug. She hugs and hangs on forever.
Mhm.
And then you know that common moment after the hug's supposed to kind of end? Okay, there is no moment like that with her.
Right.
Not with me. Nope. And she just clings on like cling wrap, and she goes, I just love you, Meemaw. I wouldn't trade that for a million zillion
No, that sounds
dollars. Nope.
wonderful.
Would not like it. Yeah. She just she's got all my heart. She's like, oh my heart. Oh my heart. Like
Mhm.
there isn't one little speck of my heart that she doesn't just crush in her hand. Just yeah. That's yeah. Anyway. All right. So then do we have anything? Nope.
Mm-mm.
Yes, we did have to have imagination back in the day. I tell you what, that reminds me. When I was a kid, did you
Mhm.
ever lay out in the sun when you were a kid?
A little bit,
What did you use for like tanning oil or anything like
maybe
that?
one.
We used Crisco.
Oh my.
Do you know how stupid that is? This is stupid as that. We were literally out there cooking ourselves.
And me and my sister, most of the time, we were like, would go to the lake and get our son the regular old way.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a time where I tried to lay out, but I never was good at it. I've always been too impatient. And I would lay on the picnic table, and she would take the two benches for the picnic table and push them together because we didn't want to be in the grass.
Yeah, I know you didn't. You
And
couldn't
we
have
would
it.
put remember the sprinkler that goes like this?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Table on one side, benches on the other.
Yeah, I remember that. We did that too. That's the only thing you could do in the summer. Is
Yep.
have those sprinklers and
Yep.
man, that just reminded me catch catch lightning bugs.
Yep. We did a lot of that.
We did a lot of that. Lightning bugs, the sprinklers, and sprinklers was fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, parents don't realize that if you just set a hose out with that sprinkler that does the wave thing, they don't need
Mm-hmm.
fancy stuff from Walmart. You don't have to spend a zillion dollars. Literally,
Right.
just get your hose out with that sprinkler and let them run through it. It was the best time I've ever had in my whole life. Besides the time my mom let us, we were walking home one time from the store, all four of us with mom, and it started raining. And she let us jump in all the puddles. We were soaked anyway. And
Mm-hmm.
she let us jump in all the puddles, and then any of the ditches that had water, we jumped all in everything. We were absolutely drenched.
Of
It
course,
was
I'm picturing those videos on the internet now where somebody jumps in a puddle and you lose them.
oh my gosh, yeah. Okay. No, don't do that. Um yeah, that would be terrible. that would be really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, here is a really good question. I'm interested to see what you think
Okay.
cuz I actually don't have an answer yet.
Mm-hmm.
Should I tell my girlfriend I lied about watching porn?
Ooh.
I know that's a well, number one, don't lie. If you're gonna do it, just do it
Better
and own
not to
it.
lie.
Yeah, you just
And you
own
want
it
to be in
up.
a relationship that you can be honest.
Yes.
And but it depends on your girlfriend for real.
Lying is telling somebody you lied about it is usually for the liar, not the other
Right.
person. It's because you feel guilty. So really, I'm not so sure that that is a good idea
Or
for
you
you
don't
to
want to
do.
lie anymore.
Yeah, going forward, don't lie.
And don't
Just
watch porn.
yeah. Well,
If
if you're
she
gonna
if she has a certain feeling about it,
yes,
then don't watch porn.
or don't be with her if that's the life you choose. Don't take that way out. Like,
Don't have a secret life.
don't have a secret life. It's not worth it. It's not.
Secret lives never really work
No,
out.
no. But I'm not so sure that you should tell them that you lied.
Yeah, and like if it's like you watch some porn, but now you're over it, then just don't ever bring it up. But if you will watch porn and you're gonna watch porn and you're gonna keep watching porn,
Yeah.
then you might need to let her know you're not exactly who she thought you were.
But should you say no that they really shouldn't tell them and just don't do it again?
Yeah, if you don't have a problem with it, it's just you watch porn and now you're not gonna watch porn.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, here goes.
I would. Oh, she got her shake. Look at that.
Is this the banana pudding?
No,
This is
it is
Kahlua.
Kahlua with butterscotch.
Okay, all right.
She is having a Kahlua butterscotch shake, and I'm not.
And it's so good.
So my answer to that one is, I would not. I would not tell him, and I feel really bad saying not to tell.
Right.
I do feel bad about that, but I think
Porn
the
is an
bigger
emotionally charged issue.
I think the bigger issue is what you're playing going forward.
Right.
Like, if you're committed to never lying again, never watching porn again because you promised you wouldn't, then just be a good person and don't do it again.
Right.
If,
There's no reason to hash the past.
right, because it is a choice.
Right.
It's a choice. So, and it would probably be a really unpopular answer if I gave that. And on, said on that Reddit thing, no, don't do that. No, don't tell her. Probably a lot of women would be mad. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Okay. Here's an interesting question. How do I regain my femininity after years of suppressing it?
I know the answer to that.
Oh, okay. I don't.
Now I don't know her situation. I don't know why she suppressed or anything like that. But when I got divorced, I wasn't all that feminine.
Mm-hmm.
And I started what I called Operation Pretty. That's what I called it.
Oh my gosh, that's adorable.
And I made sure I put on 2 pieces of jewelry every day. And I wore some makeup. I can't remember. I can't remember. That might be when I started getting my nails did. That's probably when I started getting my nails done.
Yeah, because you didn't used to do that. I remember.
No, I used to do none of that.
I think that's it's a perfect example of how, like, you have to look at your life. I remember, here's one of the things I did for the girls. It's going to sound funny, but I took them to the store and I bought them 5 pairs of granny panties.
Mm-hmm.
The big white ones. And then I let them pick out 5 pairs of the most beautiful panties that whatever they wanted. They got 5 pairs. And for 1 week, I let them, they had to wear the granny panties. For the week after that, they wore the pretty panties. Nobody saw it. It was just for them.
Right.
And we talked about how the difference and how they felt.
Mm-hmm.
and they felt pretty, which really they felt feminine. And I explained to them that's the difference of, like, you don't have to, even if it's not on the outside, femininity is for you. So whatever makes you feel like that is what you need to focus on. The other thing is, when I had my gallbladder surgery,
Mm-hmm.
I did not realize that sweatpants were so comfortable. I'd never worn before. So after I had surgery, I could only wear sweatpants. And I became kind of a blah. I mean, hair in a ponytail, sweatpants, didn't care about anything anymore. And I remember when I changed that. I'm like, I don't care if I'm just going over to the grocery or getting gas in the car or whatever. I'm going to do something with my hair and my makeup every time. For me, not for anybody else. So,
Now, see, Operation Pretty was almost philosophically the opposite. Because I never looked at it as like I felt this way or that way. I felt like you're going to put jewelry on because people seem to like that.
what?
And I don't have any feelings about it at all. Now, I have decided I do like getting my nails done. But the first time I got it done, it was not to make me feel feminine. It was because I was a nail biter and I picked at my cuticles. And then once I got my nails done, I don't seem to do that anymore. I know, it's
So
crazy.
you don't have any, what makes you feel pretty?
Pink lips?
Mhm.
Yeah, but I don't feel unpretty without pink lips. I feel prettier.
Prettier. Okay, so what makes you feel prettier?
Yeah, I like my pink lips.
See, I remember when we went on that trip, it was what's her face's Bridget's birthday party. And
Mhm.
remember that night we all got dressed up and you were getting ready to go out without any makeup. And you
Oh,
had
yeah,
that you had that shirt on.
Mhm.
Um you looked like a cute little princess
Mhm.
after I put all your makeup on, and you did your little pose in the
Mhm.
picture cuz you looked adorable.
Yeah, it was Peggy's birthday, but yes.
Oh, Peggy's birthday,
We
that's
went
right.
like
Yeah.
water rafting. Mhm.
No, it was Bridget's birthday party. Remember we went to the bar?
I mean, Bridget is definitely our leader, but
I
it was
thought it
Peggy's
was.
birthday. It
Oh, okay.
was Peggy's 50th birthday.
Was it the same trip?
And we went to the little bar in West Virginia.
We need to do that again.
I know.
I'm
Don't think I'm going to water rafting anymore.
I'm going to be 53 on Saturday.
Mhm.
5-3.
Yep. I'm off for a trip.
How's that possible? I want to go on a trip. Okay, so let's talk about that afterwards because I want to get, like, let's plan it.
Okay, let's do it.
Actually, we should go to Tennessee. It's not that far. We could go to different bars where they sing, because a lot of country singers
Nashville?
out. Yeah, let's go to Nashville, and we can all share the cost, and we can pick drivers out and whatever,
Yep.
like just like we did at the whitewater rafting.
That's right.
But what's her face cannot go.
Yeah, no.
No, she cannot go.
I won't say her name.
Okay.
It's
If I
fine.
remembered her name, I would say it because I don't ever
I
want you to
remember
go.
it. I'm not going to say it.
Ugh. Yeah, but she is tattooed on my brain forever. Okay. Um, there's another one I really didn't know how to answer. What's the difference between a mature and immature friendship?
I don't know.
I don't
Immature.
either. I was like, I've never used those terms to measure a friendship before.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like it's applicable.
Maybe that
Applicable.
question is maybe that question is the immature. worrying about how mature it is.
I mean, I would
Because,
say what's a close friendship and what's not.
right.
That makes sense, but mature and immature, I don't know if that's really like why would why
I
would you
mean,
call
I've had people in my life before that, we go out for a certain period of time
Mm-hmm.
and then we don't anymore. But I don't feel like that was an immature friendship. I just feel like it was a friendship for the moment.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, Kent said time. I'm like, yeah, mature is like I've been friends over 10 years.
Right.
My friendship has matured to a new level,
Right.
a new decade. I
Hmm.
don't really get it because I would say close or not close.
Right.
Yeah. And what I would say close and not close, if you want to parallel those two words, mature and immature with close,
Hmm.
not close, I would say if you can share anything with that friend, that's your closest friendship that you have. That's my
Now, Corey, she might be onto something. Miss
oh
Corey Kessler is in our chat, and she said honesty with about 4 exclamation points.
yeah. Honesty is if you can be honest and real, like your realist self, completely,
Mhm.
just whatever it is, you can share it with that one person. That is your. But I still wouldn't call it mature. I wouldn't say. It would just like I can't get mature away from time.
Right. Well, if it's two immature people having a friendship, it may not be honest. But a lot of immature people can be friends over time. So I feel like
Well,
honesty may be a test for your friendship.
well, you just say, well, if you're immature and you have a friend,
That's an immature friendship.
this isn't pressed. We are live though, right?
Yeah.
Wonder why it's not. Oh well,
Maybe you
my
don't know
lo-
what you're.
my logo live isn't pressed, so I don't know. But if we're live, we're live. It's working.
Well, we struggle with that every week, so who knows?
I am the queen of technical difficulties. I've been dubbed that now.
An
Plus,
operator error.
user error.
How many years have Debbie and I been
How many
friends?
viewers?
Oh, let's see.
Oh,
12.
Jay.
Well,
Oh,
I'll give
Jay.
the 101 a Kahlua milkshake.
Look, Jeep would be offering drinks to everybody, and if he could do it, he would.
They're hard to ship, so I'll drink it.
Oh my goodness, your sacrifice is really nice. Jay Russell lives down in Nashville. Yes,
Awesome.
we are. I definitely want to come down there. Okay, so we're skipping that one. Other than that, I just don't.
Murfreesboro, Tennessee is one of my favorite places.
Mhm.
I always said if I ever leave Louisville, I'm going to Murfreesboro, Tennessee, because my car broke down there, and every single person that we dealt with was so nice. The tow truck
Murfreesboro.
driver looked for us for 2 hours, and then he knew exactly where to hotel to take us, and he was so nice. And everybody at the hotel was nice, and everybody at the car dealership was nice, and the people at Enterprise and the people at Walmart, everybody was so nice.
So how far away is Murfreesboro? Murfreesboro. That's a name from Nashville.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think
I
I've ever
remember,
been
but I
there.
feel like it was straight down 65. So
Oh, I don't think. Where did we go for Vanderbilt? Is that in Nashville?
that was Nashville.
Okay. All right.
I think so.
Okay. Do you have a cleaning schedule?
You have a thing on my hair to make me do it.
I knew that would make
That's
you
the
laugh.
downside.
Can you
That's the
imagine?
downside.
Yes.
That's what makes me do it.
Every Tuesday I clean the bathroom. I so don't. No, I don't have a cleaning schedule.
I've had a little picture of some Facebook thing that has a good schedule on it on my refrigerator for about 3 years now. I ain't never done a single thing on it though.
I have issues with, a schedule. I've had a schedule all my life. I don't want things controlling me. And to me, even if I agree to it, it's still controlling me. if I decide I don't want to do something, I'm not doing it. And I don't want something to tell me today's the day I'm supposed to do this. Well, screw that. I'm not doing it. And I'm so rebellious now since I'm medically retired. I don't have to.
Well, and that's
I don't
that's
have
my
to do
problem
any of
is that
that.
there's nobody here to make me, and so I'm can always find an excuse not to do just about anything.
Yeah, I
And
don't
so,
have to do any of that. No, I'm not doing it.
yeah, I do not have a schedule, and if I do have a schedule, I don't mind to rearrange the schedule. That's why I never did Weight Watchers. People are like, "Oh, you should try Weight Watchers." I'm like, "Why?" I will walk up in their meeting eating donuts and get on their scale. I don't care about them. I don't care about how they feel about me.
Oh my gosh, I know you would.
But I probably won't do that because I'll be like, $11 to go to this meeting. Texas Roadhouse is right there. How much bread can I eat for $11? Drive right past it.
See, that's how I feel about schedules. I'm like, I would never have a cleaning schedule just for the like people like Connie would have a cleaning schedule.
The closest I could come to a schedule is I'll be like, don't you sit down till you put this laundry away. But it requires somebody to make me. And every now and then I'll make myself do it, but it takes a lot.
I do make deals with myself. Like, okay,
Yeah.
if you do this, then you can do that, but you can't do that until after you do this.
Yes. And when my kids were young, I did kind of have a schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so terrible. It's so terrible. Don't judge me too harshly.
I'm judging you. So judging you.
I would, on a piece of paper, I would write. So I'm up at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'd write 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. And then I would put bathroom, kitchen, living room, put the clothes away, blah, 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 blah. And I would, each one of those an hour. Now, if I got it done in 15 minutes, I didn't have to do anything till the top of the next hour.
I think that's fair. That's totally fair.
It's totally fair.
Look, I would have tried to get all that done in an hour. And we're like,
No.
okay, I'm too tired. I'm not doing it anymore.
No, I would say, okay, so the bathroom, I would do it so fast. And then I'll go lay in my bed and read.
Yeah, I would have so like no. That's a lot of hours of doing a lot of work. And
Yeah.
that's a no. That's a no. No.
Yeah.
No.
Now, Hot Rod says ladies clean the house, but the car looks like they live in it. Guys, the car is spotless, but their house looks like a tornado went through it.
That's so true, Hot Rod.
That there's probably enough evidence to support that. Although neither
That
my
is
house
true.
nor my car is spotless. Nothing. So.
Well, it is true.
And the only way I could keep my car was clean for a while.
Mm-hmm.
When I bought it, I said I'm not going to eat in this car. I'm not going to.
How long did that last?
I would say till we started traveling. Like when I started traveling in it, I had to make some concessions, and now I'm just like, who cares? Bring your burger. Come on in.
Aww.
Yeah.
You should go back to that.
I don't know.
Go get your car cleaned all cleaned out and everything, and then try it again.
Maybe. We'll see.
Do you have a garbage bag in your car?
Mhm.
I'm telling you, that's what saved me.
It's full of garbage and it's in the back seat. Like I put one in the front and I clean it up, put all this up, and then I was like, I'm gonna take that bag in. And then somebody needs to come in, I go floop into the back seat. Now I never look in the back seat. So
Allie, every time she gets out of her car, she makes sure everything is out of the car. Every single time she gets out.
good work if you can get it.
I think it's really cool. It would have been good if I'd have done that.
She did not learn that from her mother, but that's okay. We ain't mad.
Oh, Val said, hi, both of us or everyone.
Mhm.
They were late. Well, you were late, Val. So you're grounded. You're really not.
Who has been to a Blue Man Group show?
I have not, and I want to. I want to go.
It's awesome.
I really do.
You were supposed to be in your seat by the time the show started. And then they said, okay, so they're not letting anybody in until this first little break. At this first break, they're going to open the doors and people that are late going to come in. And we are all going to stare at them and laugh at them. And we did that.
We should go to Vegas.
I would love it. I love it. I love Vegas.
Do you think they would be up for it? The girls?
Yeah. The girls? I don't know. Maybe.
They might. Well, we could do both, really.
Yeah.
You and I could go to
I mean,
Vegas.
Let's see. How old am I?
I'm
54.
never going to Margaritaville again. Ever.
Yes, you will.
No, I am not.
'Cause
Well,
it brings too
I'm
much
never having a
PTSD.
margarita at Margaritaville is what I mean.
That's right. And we're going
I
to make
can-
sure your stuff is secure before we do.
I honestly, I think I was just so drunk off that one margarita. Yeah. I'm not so sure that it got stolen. I'm not so sure that I didn't just like walk away from my wallet. I really truly don't know. I was so intoxicated off that one margarita. They should have warning signs on there.
Well, and we're older. We've learned some things. And so now
Yeah.
we know before we start drinking, we need to secure our stuff.
Right. Well, who knew one margarita would do that much damage to me?
You're lightweight.
I am a lightweight, but I never thought that would. Yeah. Oh. Hold on.
So my birthday's in January. Can we go on a girls' trip in January?
Yeah, the only problem is the weather. Like
What's the problem?
traveling. Well, if we travel, what if there's ice and snowstorms and whatever?
That's all the time. There's always a problem.
Well, I don't care.
I mean, there's no ice in Vegas, so it's only 50% of the problem if we were going to another.
We gotta fly in the ice.
We got to get out of Louisville.
Okay, no, I don't care. We can go in January.
Okay.
And then we can go ahead and plan the Nashville trip. I don't want to go when it's super hot. Maybe in the fall.
I'm looking for an October trip. Are you going to
October trip is good.
Okay,
Well,
we'll plan Nashville for October
I don't know.
because I'm going to the lake in June, July, and August.
Mm-hmm.
Jupe and I got a little something planned in September, so I'm ready for planning something for October.
See, I think September is a good time to go. Maybe at the
I can
end
do
of
that.
September. All
We
right.
can do that too. I
'Cause
love
that-
that you have-
Yeah, I know. I love that thing you sent me.
I know. Kent said Vegas in January is nice, but we're worried about getting out of Louisville. That's the problem.
Yeah, Louisville's not so great in January. That's actually when our winter it happens. So
But our winter only lasts a couple days. So if it's bad for one day, well, then 3 days later it's going to be 70 degrees. So it's just a gamble.
that is true.
There could there be an ice storm on the day we're going to
Oh.
leave?
So-
Yes, there could be.
so
Is
we'll-
it still going to be icy 3 days later? No, it's not.
So we'll be gambling before we get to Vegas.
That's exactly right.
I think it's fine.
Okay.
Let's just why not? We only live once.
All right.
Only got one life. Let's just give it. Okay.
What's next?
Okay. Here's an interesting question. This person said they feel like it's Groundhog Day every day. Have you seen the Groundhog Day movie?
I know what it's about.
Okay. Well, this is going through the motions. Same thing every day. You know,
Mhm.
how do you change that? Wants to really enjoy life.
You get out of your head and you go do things. What do you want to do? Go do it. And if that seems too far, then you got to make a connection with people.
I don't know what that was. It was the queen of technical difficulties.
It was,
That's what
it was your modem chiming in. That's what it
I
kind
have
of
no
looked
idea. I don't know.
So-
I was just sitting here and I don't know what that was.
Like. I don't know. So I think what you have to make connection with other people because I don't know. I feel like the world needs connection.
I was going to say the same thing. Like, really, it's just find something to do and go and do it. You know, if it's
And-
joining a bowling league, go join a bowling league. If it's going to the library every Tuesday, go to the library and go. There's all kinds of things going on
yes.
everywhere.
Say yes.
Say yes. Oh my gosh, that's such a great movie. I can't remember the name of the movie, but it was Jim Carrey.
Mm-hmm.
And all throughout the movie, he had to say yes to everything. And it's like anybody asked him to do anything, his answer was yes, which got him in trouble sometimes. But the gist of it was, you know, change your life, just say yes. So say yes to everything.
I feel like there's been a couple books written about it, about people doing that too.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a fair way to start. because so many people's first instinct is no, I can't.
Right.
Oh, why can't you? Oh, well, I don't want to. Oh, well, okay, sit here and be bored then. Then
Yeah,
don't
we-
complain about being bored
yeah.
if you won't do anything.
That is true. Yeah.
And the other thing is if you are in with a group of people that tend to be kind of negative,
Mhm.
go do something that you enjoy, and there will be other people there enjoying that.
I think that that what's the one thing where they have meetup. Meetup, is that what it's called?
I have no idea.
I think it's called Meetup. It's just a thing where everybody's got stuff going on and you can join with other people. Like if you want to walk, they have groups of people that meet somewhere and they walk. And it's
Yes.
free to do to get on there and find those groups of people. Groupon is another great one, which I was going to tell you we need to go back and do that. Like every month we have a Groupon that we buy and we go do. I would like to do that for my 53rd year of life.
Yep. I mean, since COVID, I have let go of some of my social activities.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get back into it, but it's hard.
Well,
it's also very easy to lay in the bed. And so
it's very easy. But I will tell you that when I'm really tired and I'm laying in the bed, you will not get untired if you don't get up out of bed. You have to make yourself do it.
Yeah. And Hot Rod said a quote from his grandpa that changed his life, said, imagine what you'd attempt to accomplish if you knew before you started that there was no chance you'd fail.
That is a great quote. That's a great
Yeah, just
quote.
don't do it. And what I would say you find in that is that failing isn't the end of the world.
I would say failing is not trying. That's the failure. And if you try, then you've automatically succeeded.
Right.
And anything you add to your life's going to change it. So, yeah. That's, I think that's excellent advice. Excellent grandpa advice.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so it looks like Canada's Father's Day is the same as ours.
Oh, good. Okay,
Yeah.
well, we've got two.
Well, this is the Tuesday before.
That's good. At least we have two of them. Okay. My next question is, when do you talk about deal breakers in dating?
Well, I'm terrible at dating, so maybe no one should listen to me, but
I would say at the very beginning. You need to get them out of the way because you're going to invest time and...
I would say second date. If you haven't already had sex with them. If you're going to have sex with them, then probably before that. Unless you're just interested in having sex with people.
I was going to say,
I'm telling you, kids
I
nowadays,
hope to goodness,
do it.
But I hope to goodness that, like, if you really are after a long-term relationship, don't have sex on the first date.
No.
Don't do that. You're setting up sex ruins your dating after that. Like that, it can. Yeah.
It doesn't ruin it, but it does make it harder. What I used to tell my sons is that dating should be fun and should make you want to be a better person.
Yeah.
And if it's not, it's super easy to say, this isn't really working out for me and walk away.
Right.
Unless you've had sex.
Or it also distracts from what the real other connection that you should be building at that moment. If it's all based on sex, then you don't even see how you're connecting outside of that anymore because it's all based on that.
And that's going to be as good as it is for as long as it is. And then you're, you may not have more stuff to connect over.
That's true.
And you won't be working on building it.
Right. So don't do that.
Because sex is good. Sex is great. Everybody wants to have sex. Sex with that person's going to be great.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. It's terrible.
Yes.
It can mess everything up. But
Dating should be about learning.
I would say deal breakers because really, honestly, deal breakers are they can very easily be part of the conversation. It
That's
doesn't
what I
have
would
to
think.
be point blank. Hey, this is my deal breaker. Where do you stand on this? Don't put it that way.
You could. I'd say, why couldn't you?
But it doesn't. It can be in.
If the topic comes up and you say, I am dating, looking for a long-term relationship. Are you? Because that should be the first one.
Right. But that's what
And
I'm saying in
if he says,
conversation.
I don't know that I'm looking for a long-term relationship. I'm just out having a good time. All right,
Yeah.
fine. It's too early for deal breakers.
But that's what I'm saying. No. That should be a deal breaker right there.
Well, then this will be our only date, and then you'll be off to have a good time with somebody else.
Yeah. So like you have them in the conversation. Say,
Right.
I'm very religious, or
I'm not religious at all.
I'm not religious at all, or I'm looking for a partner that's actually interested in praying with me on a
Right.
daily basis or something like that. How do you feel about that? Again, conversational. It doesn't have to actually be labeled as
Right.
this is a deal breaker. You know it's a deal breaker, or you should know. Definitely good that you have them.
Right.
But yeah. Do you want to have sex with me on the
Unfortunately,
first date? That's a deal breaker. No, I'm just kidding.
of course you want to, but can you control yourself? That's the real question.
Yes.
Guys always want to have sex. Always, 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 always. Can they control themselves?
I think girls do too now. Like
And
nowadays.
Nowadays, girls may have a problem too.
Well, the whole term body count. Here's the thing. I was thinking about this the other day. These guys are saying they're looking for girls that have a low body count.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's their body count?
I mean, it's nothing to be ashamed of because it's there.
So a girl is supposed to not have sex.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's the age-old question, Debbie. How do guys get such a high body count without the girls also having sex?
That's my thing. So how is it? How's that possible?
It's not. It's an age-old conundrum.
Are we still back in the 1920s? Like, is this what that is? I don't understand. I don't understand how a guy can want a girl to have a low body count, and yet he has literally slept with, 40 women.
Well, I mean, it's holding people to a different standard, but just because you're a slut doesn't mean you like sluts.
But
we're different.
Just because you're a slut doesn't mean you like sluts.
Yeah. Yeah. It's some guy's deal to ruin good girls.
There's really something wrong with that.
I know, but I'm just reporting the news. I'm not making it.
And here's the other thing. It all comes down to whether or not people are being honest about it.
That's exactly right.
They're not. They're not. It just makes me want to smack a guy that says that. Like if he's got had sex with 30 or 40 women and he wants to find a girl that's only had sex with 2 or 3 men. It irritates me.
I can tell that.
It does.
It doesn't irritate me because I'm like, of course. Of course.
I don't understand.
I mean, nobody wants to be with somebody that's been with 1 million people, or even 40, or even 25.
What makes him think he's good enough to do that after he is?
And it may not work out for him.
Like, I don't get that.
And what happens is, as long as he can get that girl, it's reasonable for him to say. But there's going to come a point where girls are going to catch on.
Well, apparently girls nowadays, it is just known, like, it happens more than not. You go on a date and you have sex. Like the first date. The first date.
I know.
I would not suggest doing that.
Don't do it. I mean, nobody listens, but we got to keep saying it. Don't do it.
By the way, look, new pin.
Nice. Hot Pride says that a guy having a big body count is the gold star it used to be. Good.
By whom though? By
By
the other people that are saying something like
By other guys is the only people it ever was a big deal with. So in your group of guy friends, when
mhm.
you say I've been with 75 people, somebody's gonna go,
Ooh,
oh,
you
that's
know what?
gross, man.
We're gonna have a Tuesday about this. We're
Okay.
gonna call it a body count. Tuesday. And
I like it.
I will do research because you know I like this. I like this
I know you
topic.
do.
I like it.
And Jay said, if you have a connection with someone, body count shouldn't matter for either person. I agree in theory.
Well,
But if you're like, and that's like, I don't want to
look,
talk
you
about mine.
you could have been a hoe when you were 20,
Mhm.
21,
Right. That's
and
right.
then when you're
Theoretically.
40 and find yourself single again after you've been with, like, you're very
Let me think,
particular.
can I say this?
Well,
Let me
you're
think, can I
very.
say-
Oh, what?
I'm trying to figure out if I can say this or not.
Oh, well, I was saying, like, you could have been a hoe back in your 20s, but then after you
Mhm.
settled down, you ended up getting divorced or whatever reason, you're single, and you're very
Mhm.
particular. You don't want to just sleep around with anybody. Okay, but technically your body count's still a hoe level because back then you pretty much slept with anybody that blinked at you. So I think people evolve and they grow, and you're a
And
different
you're
person.
learning stuff.
I am not the same person I was when I was 20 at 53.
Right.
No way.
And so, yeah, so my racy comment was I was talking with a girl one time about
You racist. Just
about
kidding.
body counts and whatever, and who was the biggest,
Hoe?
that's what I'm thinking, consumer of body count. And she said, no, I definitely have been with more people than you. And we are not bragging, we're ashamed. And I said, you know what? You probably have.
How did
but
she
I
say
bet-
that though?
I said, I bet I have turned down less. So you've had more opportunity, but I haven't turned any down. So it's a complicated issue.
That's not good, Poppy.
I'm just being real. Just keep it real.
I know you are, but yeah, you're right. It just.
And that was a season in my life, and it didn't last very long.
Well, that's true. I had my season too.
And that's the yeah.
Yeah, I had my season. It was very short lived, and thank God it was.
Right.
But I've had plenty of opportunity, and I'm just like, I can't do that. I am. You know what? I don't even want to be kissed by a stranger I don't even know. I am. You know, maybe back in your 20s, you're just like, you just don't care, and you're flirty and flirty, 30 and thriving.
Flirty. Yes.
It's totally.
Because I don't think that anybody doesn't care. I mean, there
I
might be
wouldn't
some
drink
broken
after
people.
someone I didn't know. That's
Right.
the thing. I wouldn't drink after someone I did not know, much less have sex with someone I don't know, and respect and care for. Like, I can't just, yeah. But I'm sure when I was in my 20s or going through that time, I didn't even think about any of that. Didn't
Right.
care. But I was in a very, very bad place. That was.
And it's part of the learning. It just really depends on how you move forward from that.
Well,
and if it becomes who you are, that's another thing that you and I talk about occasionally, is that there's some things that you do, and there's some things that's who you are.
Yeah.
And so if you act in a whorish way for a season of your life, that doesn't make you a whore.
It doesn't. It makes you going through a bad time, and it was a season, like you said.
Right.
It's not. It doesn't define you.
Right.
Good Lord, if it defined us, we'd all be in trouble. We've all, like, when you get
But
divorced.
some people, you've known people in your life who kind of internalize that.
Yeah.
And say, this is who I am.
I mean,
And don't have any shame about it. And I'm like, I think you should have a little bit of shame.
I married my high school sweetheart.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only one I'd ever been with, ever.
Mm-hmm.
Some girl I worked with, and I was 20 at the time, and she said, I would never marry a guy that I've never been with other men before I married him. Oh, why?
Ah,
Because you don't know if you're happy. I said, I'm perfectly happy. How do you know that there's not something better out there? Unless you can compare, you don't know. And I'm like, that's like saying I'm having this steak and it's really great and it's the best I've ever had. And you're saying, well, but you've not had any other steak from any other place. So how do you know it's the best? Because I'm really happy.
right. This is the best I've ever had, and it's all I'm going to get.
Maybe steak was the wrong thing to say. I'll say ice cream.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe I just said that. I really did. That's it. Okay. Can we cut that out of the live stream?
Oh, we can't.
Oh my
We
gosh.
can't already said if this stream posts with closed captions, there'll be some interesting screenshots from this one.
Oh my gosh. We can't talk about this.
Hey, we just
Don't-
keep it real. We keep it real.
Look, I say that all the time when I screw up on my videos. I'm like, I'm just keeping it real. Yeah.
That's right.
Because I can't say her name very.
Mhm.
If
Mhm.
sometimes she just responds. And I'm not saying her name. So, yeah. Okay, so that was not the right. We're going to call that ice cream.
Mhm.
That's not steak.
Steak is fine. Steak is fine. You didn't say tube steak. You said steak.
I know, but it's still bad. We're still doing ice cream. Okay, let's call it shrimp. Oh my gosh. All right. My face is red now. Thank you. Okay, here's an interesting one. I have no idea what time it is, by the way. What is holding you back?
Me personally,
I don't know. I don't think anything's holding me back. I would say my health was holding me back before. It still is. Oh my gosh, I got out of the car today. All I did was stand up out of the car and I felt it. I could feel, my heart rate and everything.
Mhm. Right.
147.
Ugh.
It's not done that in I don't know how long. 147.
And that's just your reminder that you're taking better care of yourself. Congratulations. But POTS is still here.
But I did get a notification on my Apple Watch today.
Uh-huh.
Because they are updating that stuff constantly. So new things are happening in my watch that I just don't know about. And it said I have a new new resting heart rate. So for over the past 6 weeks, I guess it's been monitoring it and taking the
Right.
average, and it's lower.
Nice.
I know, which is an indication that you're in a little bit better health and active, and which I am.
But you are.
Yeah, so my normal one, my resting heart rate is like 70, 72, and now it's 67.
Excellent.
I know, it made me pretty dang happy. The heart rate today, though, didn't make me very happy. All right, so what is holding you back? Oh my gosh. Kent said
From
steak
what?
is
That's
work.
what I want to say. I want to
I
say
don't
from what?
know. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, so are you a good listener?
Sometimes.
I would
Yeah, I
say,
think I'm a
I
good
would say
listener.
you are.
I'm a good listener.
I think I'm a good listener when my ADD is not kicking in.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, I think I'm a really good listener. I
Yeah.
actually listen to what people are saying. Now in my new phase where I used to be able to multitask.
Mm-hmm.
I was great at multitasking. I could have 12 things going on at the same time and I knew everything that was going on with all of them. And for whatever reason, that's gone. It's like if I go, let's say if I was talking to you right now and or if I was on the phone with you, but I'm texting somebody a response back,
Mm-hmm.
it's almost like you fade. Your whole voice fades and I can't type and listen at the same time.
Oh, wow.
It's that narrow focused. So I'm thinking, this is just a theory because obviously I don't know what it's like to be a guy, but
Right.
that's how narrow focused they are on whatever it is they have their
As you're losing
focus.
your estrogen.
I don't know. It's the weirdest thing, Poppy. I've never ever been like that in my whole life. I can text, talk to someone, fry some bologna, and pet the dog all at the same
Right.
time, and I'm totally fine. Can't do it. If I go to pet the dog, everything else disappears. It's the strangest, but now I literally have to say, hold on, while I respond to a text because
Right.
I will try to listen and I cannot hear you.
And I'll say that I feel like it's creeping more into my life, and I feel like it's just part of getting older, honestly. That I think I'm listening.
That your focus is sharper and singular focus. I've never had singular focus.
Yeah. Like
But
I can't listen to 2 or 3 things going on. I
Can
think I'm listening to you, but I'm listening to what's going on over here. And I think I'm playing it off pretty good. But then you're going to say something like, wait a minute, I'm not really paying attention. Let me finish this up over here.
So, like today, I've glanced over at the chat, but purposely keep my focus on you because I will tune you out.
Right.
And I don't mean to.
That's why I worry when you have the chat open because I
Oh,
know.
no. Yeah. Well, I've read it the whole time. I've just not spent more than a few seconds. And then
Right.
I am very cognizant of where I want my focus.
Right.
The other way, if I was responsible for it,
right,
I would not be able to do it. So that has relieved the, I don't know, it's just weird. It's very weird. And I've never been like that my whole life. And I can't make it not happen. And Allie, honestly, Allie's the one that made me see it because she's like, hello? She'll go, hello? Hello? I'm like, hold on. Yeah. She goes, you just went quiet. I said, oh, I'm sorry. I'm typing. I've responded to somebody. And she goes, well, then you tell me to hold on or something. I'm like,
you don't just let me keep on rambling on.
I'm like, I thought I could balance that. I thought I could juggle it. Yeah, totally can do it. Totally. Yeah. Okay. So we have a question for you guys. So I've only put one out. I've taken a break from doing videos. I took a break after I did the dog sitting. I was so flipping worn out. Yeah, totally worn out from dog sitting, from the videos. Like, I just needed a break. So I took several days. And honestly, I've been really tired since I got back home. But Poppy is doing review videos now, which I did an announcement on. I don't know if you saw that, Poppy, but I did put an announcement out there.
Nice.
That you're doing reviews. And we wanted to see. You all can email us. It's ask@thequestionqueens.com. But if you have any products that you would like a review on, because she's more than willing to get it at Amazon and then just send it back. I'm just kidding.
Like, that doesn't really sound like me, but go on.
Look, it's not a bad idea, though.
I did return something, and it was super easy. So you'll be very impressed by that. What did I return? Oh, my other microphone.
Oh.
It was super easy.
It is super easy. That's why, I think that's why Amazon does so well, because I have to return those shoes.
That's why they had to go into shipping, because they got so much back and forth.
I bought 2 pillows that I don't love. I'm always looking for that pillow that's
You're always looking for that perfect pillow that's going to help your neck.
But I did not love the loft of the pillow. I like the pillow. Actually, every time I go over to Chassis and Dog Sit, they have those latex, Talalay latex pillows. Have you ever slept with one?
Yeah. Well, is it $8 at Walmart? No, I haven't.
Oh my gosh, Poppy. Look, I'm going to tell you, you spend half your flipping life in bed.
And I sleep great. Why would I want to spend $60 on a pillow when I can spend $8?
Well, because it wasn't 60. But I'm telling you, they are they're just amazing. And every time I go over there, I always say, I'm going to get those pillows. And then I forget, and I never do. And this time I ordered them while I was at her house. Well, they came, and they're just like it, except the loft of the pillow was like here, and Chastity's loft is like there.
Uh-huh.
So when you lay your head down, you squish down. If you lay your head down here, you're squishing down for. I don't want to be that flat. I love the pillow itself, like the texture of
But
it.
you need a thicker one. You
I
thought
need a
that
thicker
was the
one.
size, but that
Yeah.
wasn't.
Latex, like it's like a rubber. They're like rubber, but they're
It sounds terrible. I feel like you would sweat to death.
no. It's they're breathable. They've got holes all in it, and it's like very squishy, but it bounces up, so it doesn't. When you go to lay down, you don't. It doesn't flatten, so you'll never have a flat pillow. It is the most comfortable. It's the most comfortable pillow I've ever had or I've ever slept in. So
Yeah.
that says a lot.
My candy cane pillow is awesome. So I bought it for Jupe. He didn't like it, so I took it. But it's shaped like a candy cane.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it helps with where to put my arms at night. I don't know. I like it.
Is it a body pillow?
It's got one short side and one long side. And then I just
body
hook up
pillows are freaking awesome.
put my arm on it.
I can't do that because Daisy gets in bed with me, and I'll smash her.
Yeah.
So,
see, my candy cane pillow protects me from Maya. Maya's much bigger than Daisy, and so I put
that makes
one
sense.
side where her feet are and flip it up where it's a little protection if she starts kicking.
Yeah. Well, I would use a body pillow, but I hug a pillow. But I have all my pillows. Like I'm not talking about how many pillows I have. I have a lot of pillows. I do have some pillow issues. I might be a pillowholic. That's a new word. Hi, my name's Debbie. I've been addicted to pillows since 1982.
Yeah.
But anyway, so if you all have anything that you would like to see her talk about or review, then definitely shoot an email to her. And what else? Is there anything else?
Not that I can think of.
No. Do you all have anything you want to talk to me about as far as music and reaction videos? I meant to ask that last week, and honestly, I forgot.
I feel like there was a couple in the chat, but I did not.
I have not looked. I didn't see it.
I thought the best way was Patreon. Is that the best way?
Honestly, Patreon is the best thing. It's $5 a month, but it allows you to directly message me. So if you are really into the reactions and the music and you want to have a conversation with me, that's the best thing to do.
Right.
I'm sorry that it costs $5, but I honestly can't keep up with all the comments and with all, I can't. I did at the beginning, and we're going to hit 30,000 people.
Nice.
30,000 peeps. 30,000 peeps. I know. I'm pretty excited. And we still got to do something special for that. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. We will do something on our Tuesday for the 30. Ooh, I'm going to write that down.
Yes.
30,000 peeps.
We can do a contest and we can sing a song. You don't want to sing.
You know what?
We will. But what?
I've got those things from Gothic. The giveaways, and I still got to do that.
Well, yeah, we need to be on that.
30,000 peeps. Special Tuesday. All right. I'll remember it since I'm writing it down.
Hey, and Jay Russell said it's very much worth $5.
Oh, thank you, Jay. I appreciate you.
Yep.
Just want to say thanks to all the Angelina Jordan videos. Oh, you're very welcome. It has been very cool to discover her, and she definitely breaks my brain. I don't know if you've ever heard of her. The first video I did with her, she was, I thought she was 7, which I said 142 times on the video, but she was actually 9, still 9.
Right.
Have you ever listened to I Put a Spell on You? It's a blues song.
Yeah.
Yeah, she sings it, and pretty freaking amazing. Are you doing the father songs? Yes. I'm going to do a special for Father's Day. But I do have to go see my dad, so I'm going to go see him, and then I'll come back, and then I'll do the recording on Sunday. On Sunday. On Sunday. And somehow or another, I've got to color my hair between this weekend. I got to.
Are you going to get with Chastity?
I don't know. Maybe I should. I'll call her.
Go over there on Saturday. I don't know.
Father's Day reactions would be cool. I'm definitely going to do that. I did send you an email on 6/11 about 2 song reactions. All right, Tom, I will check it and see. I do miss some, so again, I apologize. The best way though, if you're, like I said, if you're super into it and you want to have that conversation, then join the Patreon.
And are you willing to say that the Patreon people take priority?
They do take priority.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So they're paying for it, and I always answer my messages there. So yeah, definitely that's the route to go. And if you want to just send an email, that's cool too. It's just I have very little extra time now, and I do spend it on Patreon. And plus, I put some things on there that other people don't get to see. So that's always nice. All right. Well, that's all I got for today. Oh, it's 6:14. We went late.
Yep, it's dinner time.
It is dinner time. I'm starving. All right. Well, leaving for the beach on Monday. Oh, well, happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to everybody.
Yeah, happy Father's Day for sure.
I hope you all have a great day on Sunday, and well, I'll see you on there. But all right, Poppy.